Hello everyone, I am Shivam Pasari and welcome to Asian Academy. So as you can see from the title of this video, in this video we'll solve another good question from the topic of probability, and the question has been taken from the ZAT 2023 exam. Now the question is as follows. A painter draws 64 equal squares of 1 square inch on a square canvas measuring 64 square inches. She chooses two squares 1 square inch each randomly and then paints them. What is the probability that the two painted squares have a common side? So this was our question, and I would like you to try this question first by yourself and then come back to the video for the solution. I hope that you've tried the question and you've got the solution, and if you didn't, then let's check the solution. So according to our given question, we are given that a painter draws 64 equal squares of 1 square inch on a square canvas measuring 64 square inches. So basically what she draws is a chessboard, because a chessboard is of a square size and it is of 64 small squares, each square of equal size. So I can say that I will get something of this kind. Now what she does is she chooses two squares 1 square inch each and randomly paints them. So let's say she chooses this square and she paints them, and what we have to find is we have to find the probability that the two painted squares have a common side. So when can this happen? Only when these two are adjacent. So I have to find all the cases when the squares selected by her are adjacent. So this can be one of my cases, this can be one of my cases, this can also be one of my cases. So I have to find the probability of all such cases. Now when will I have two adjacent squares? So let's start from the beginning. So if I name it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll have 8 boxes over here, and same I will have 8 boxes over here. So I'll number it till 8. Now let's say she selects this square, then the case that she has to select for this adjacent square must be this. So I can take this as a pair. So I'll get 1. Then I'll get 2 by selecting 2 and 3, then 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7, and 7 and 8. So I can say that in my first row, that is over here, that is number 8th row, and I'll get 7 selections of adjacent pairs. So in all the total 8 rows, I'll get 7 into 8, 56 selections of adjacent squares. Now I can select like this as well. So I'll get 1 over here, 2 over here, 3 over here, 4 over here, 5 over here, 6 over here, 7 over here, and 8 over here. Now I'll get 7 into 8 once again, because I can select adjacent squares like this as well. So I can simply multiply it by 2. So 2 into 7 into 8 is equal to 56 into 2, which is equal to 112. So I can say that in 112 ways I'll have my squares adjacent to each other. So I'll simply got my numerator for my probability. Now in how many ways can I select two random squares from 64 squares? It is simply 64C2. So 64C2 is nothing but 2016. So I got my final answer as 112 by 2016 as the probability of selecting the squares which have a common side.